Well, today is March 26th, Wednesday, March 26th, and it's been hot. And I actually do have something on here. I have a sarong on, and that's about it, because it's around 100, and during today it was over 100 in air temp. But the weather is not why I'm on here. I'm out here again watching a sunset with Fred, and every day he gives me a little something, and I'll include it on here. But he sent a sundog today, which you would not normally expect that you would see. And I've got a little breeze now finally too. I asked him, bring a little breeze here because it is freaking hot. But it's been 2 weeks, and every night that I'm out here watching the sunset, I've had a snowy egret. I'm in the desert. Snowy egret, mourning doves stare down, barn swallow fly by, like one of those Top Gun flybys, and 2 barn swallows swoop right over me. If I was standing, I'd get hit by a bird. I've had a cat. I've had 2 dogs. I have coyotes at night, standard. And I've had, yesterday morning I had a rabbit, and when I got out here, a chipmunk caught my eye. And then, of course, I have my quails on parade every day at various times, and now they're on the other side of the wash. So I get a little extra something along with just, he told me that he was in the sunsets. And so you better believe I'm out here I'm watching the sunsets with him, and now we have a little breeze going. But sunset looks like it's probably, about 15 minutes away. And I'll get this going here. But I also wanted to point out, and I just, for what I do at times and dates and stuff, last Wednesday, I was saying 7:45. That was not it. It was 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard in Yuma. The reason I had the 7 o'clock in there for a couple reasons. First, 6:45 is right before 7. So I was thinking that. At 7:15, it was posted on his Facebook page that he had passed away 26 minutes prior. Also for the fact that I most often don't know what time it is, or what day it is, or what time zone I'm in. So, yeah, 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard. And actually last week I started filming at 6:45 or thereabouts, or, prior to it, somewhere in there. So I still had it. And then we lit the fire, and that was on that whole video. Every day is getting a little easier. I can still feel him. He's still with me. So I still bother him. I will say a couple different things. From his last video, when he did this, I do that on all my videos. Not that he's never done a thumbs up, but when he finished off his video like that, it kind of reminded me of like when Carol Burnett said she would always pull on her ear for her mom. He did that. I'm like, oh. Yeah, the sun is sinking, so I'm gonna flip it around. But other words, like I'll say anyways, and he'll say that being said, but both of us would always say whatever, And I have a feeling he got that from me, because I'm always like, oh, whatever, or this and that and whatever. And so anyway, little things, little things that ting out at you. And there was something about the number 7 and all of that. And he had said cranberries, and that was probably the color of his truck, when I first met him. And he said a glass of ice and a lime. I always have ice water with a lime wherever I go. Anyway, but enough of this. We'll discuss all that later. The sun is dropping. I'm going to flip this around. We're going to watch the sunset with Fred. Thank you for watching these videos. Fred is a beautiful person, inside and out. Put it this way, I'm not usually easily impressed, but he impressed me. There was no doubt about it. Anyway, we're gonna get the sun. We'll catch you later. See those pretty, the pretty purple on the mountains reflecting off the sunset. Oh, if you guys can do me a favor, and whether you met him or not, seriously, anytime you have a campfire, just make it a habit and say, you know, here's to you, Fred. Lift your beverage or whatever to the heavens. He was such a special guy. I gotta tell you, I've probably cried out 10 pounds of tears. It's a weight loss diet. No, I'm kidding. I would much rather be 10 pounds heavier with tears than to have him here than to not have him here. But yeah, just, you know, make it part of your thing, you know. Hey, who brought the lighter? Who brought the, you know, lighter fluid, charcoal, wood? Who's got a beer? And this fire's for you, Fred. And that's all I have to do. Or toast Fred, or whatever the case may be. He loves his fires. I'm not going to have a fire tonight because it's, well, in the 90s. And again, I don't want to burn down BLM. That would be bad. And yeah. And then, of course, if you ever happen to watch the sunset, know that there's a very, very special, gentle, beautiful person in that sunset. And yeah, he'd be blushing. He'd be like, oh my gosh, you don't need to do this, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait. I guess that's my love language. His love language was always helping people and sharing with people and teaching people things. You know, he was always quick to pull out his phone and start looking up things. He did this all the time. And quite frankly, that's impressive. You know, for someone who's consistently learning, that's impressive. And he knew a lot. And his mind was like a steel trap. I mean, anything that went in, and he would connect the dots. Whereas, you know, I can't get through half a sentence without forgetting what in the world I'm saying. He could list things off. He was just veritable encyclopedia of knowledge, and all, you know, not all self-taught, but he never stopped learning, and that's impressive. It is. Anyway, I'm going to go in, and it's starting to get cool out here. Here's my thumb. It's starting to get cool out here. Yay! And oh, that breeze feels so nice. It's been so hot today. All right, we'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.